Active minds. Kids ask who. Who invented bubblegum? 24 questions you need answered now. Who was the first person to walk on the moon? 3 astronauts went to the moon in 1969. Neil Armstrong walked on the moon first. Buzz Aldrin came next. Michael Collins stayed in the ship to help Neil and Buzz. Did you know? Thousands of people worked together on Earth to help the astronauts get to the moon. 3 of those people are Mary Jackson, Katherine Johnson, and Dorothy Vaughan. They won awards for their work. A movie was made about them. Who flew the first airplane? Wilbur and Orville Wright were brothers. They invented the airplane. Their first flight was on December 17, 1903. They kept working to make planes better and better. Did you know? Amelia Earhart was famous for flying planes in the 1930s. She loved taking long, exciting flights. She wrote books and helped other women who wanted to fly planes. Who invented Halloween? In ancient times, people in Europe had their New Year on October 31st. They dressed up as animals. Treats were left out for ghosts. Who invented gum? People have chewed gum for thousands of years. Gum was made from sticky tree sap or tree resin. Today, gum is made by people, not trees. Did you know? People in Mexico and Central America invented chocolate. In ancient times, they mixed water, spices, and roasted cacao beans. They had chocolate as a drink. Who is the king of the beasts? Some people call the lion the king of the beasts. Lions are big, strong, and beautiful. They look majestic. Male lions have hair around their head called a mane. Their mane looks like a crown. Did you know? Some lions weigh as much as 9 first graders. Who is the tallest animal on Earth? The giraffe is the tallest animal on Earth. It is as tall as a 2-story house. It has very long legs and a very long neck. Giraffes can eat leaves high up in trees. They can see things from far away. Who was one of the best teachers ever? There have been a lot of amazing teachers. One was Anne Sullivan. Anne taught a little girl named Helen Keller. Helen could not hear or see. Anne taught Helen to understand things with her hands. She taught Helen to use her hands to speak. Helen became a famous writer and speaker. Did you know? Braille is a kind of writing that uses raised dots. People who cannot see can feel the dots. They can read with their fingers. Water. Who invented the ice cream cone? An ice cream seller in St. Louis ran out of dishes at the 1904 World's Fair. Someone selling waffles came over to help. They folded a waffle around the ice cream. People loved it. Who invented the ice cream scoop? Alfred L. Crawley lived in Pittsburgh in the 1890s. He worked at a store that served ice cream. The ice cream always stuck to the serving spoon. So he invented the ice cream scoop. Who created basketball? In 1891, a teacher named Dr. James Naismith needed a game his students could play in winter time. The game had to be safe to play inside. It had to tire people out. James came up with basketball. Did you know? James taught at a school for young men. A year after James invented basketball, a teacher named Senda Berenson read about the new game. She taught her students the game. They were all young women. Who built the longest wall in the world? The Great Wall of China is the longest wall in the world. It was built by many, many people. It was built over 2,000 years. It could stretch from Chicago to Paris. Did you know? The Great Wall started out as many smaller walls. The oldest parts are almost 2,500 years old. Who uses fire hydrants? Firefighters use fire hydrants. They connect the hose on their fire truck to the hydrant. Under the hydrant is a pipe with water in it. Firefighters use the water to put out fires. Did you know? Some fire trucks have 2 steering wheels. There is one in the front and one in the back. This helps the truck turn quickly. Who first used X-ray machines? Doctors started using X-rays to help people in 1895. But Marie Curie might have helped the most people. She was a scientist. During World War I, she put X-ray machines in cars. She trained 150 women to use them. The women drove to battlefields. They helped over 1 million soldiers. Who invented the cast? About 1,000 years ago, a doctor named Al-Zawrawi wrote about making a cast out of flour and egg white. The mixture makes a hard cover when it dries. Did you know? Think about how light goes through a window. That is sort of how X-rays go through our bodies. When we get an X-ray, doctors can see in our bodies to help us. Who takes my bag when I fly on an airplane? When you give a worker at the airport your bag, they put a tag on it. The tag says where you are going. Another worker looks at the tag and takes the bag out to your plane. Your bag is on your plane with you. You just can't see it.